Today Saturday, and on Saturdays, we can therefore lay a table waiting happen from the past day weekend when I be Saturday we were there to today. We can lay on a table, then everybody maybe during the week, something be there where be get your attention, but at the end of the day, you'll not be able for contribute. So today, you go get an opportunity there. At the start of this program, on Facebook, we start with a discussion where every time we there, we can play the song say, Salon Go Rise Again. Now, then na the belief where we get, and we dey try for make we all work together as one, so that with we all effort, we know say definitely Salon go rise. But at the comment section of Facebook, we get one or two people we believe say Salon no go ever rise. And people begin go back and forth on Facebook for say no, Salon definitely go rise. And if you look yesterday and today, not to the same. So definitely you will see something that take place. You see some other people, they comment say, we all need for come together for make Salon go rise. And the main reason that the way they make every evening or afternoon, depending on who you dey, we can sit down for make we talk about the good of Sierra Leone. I know say the particular person we write down there, Dinky, he always gets an idea like say, sometimes we dey waste with time because he just feels say Salon no go change. But if we give up now, then definitely we are all failures, we are all losers. Now we make up Salon. Who say Salon dey so? Now we make Idedi. We can change it. We able for change them. 58 years on. Maybe now the mindset will be get ready. But if we change the mindset, each one teach one. No matter how it look before you, if you able for say no, not to so it for be, then we can able for fix up Salon. But we can't just say it no go ever change. It no go ever rise. No. We no say Salon it go rise. Make I go through the thing that we passed through Sierra Network for the past week. The Sierra Leone 2019 WAFU Zone A, the female tournament, you know, say, them be tell we, Slafa be tell we say, that one day go happen na Salon. So, over last weekend, Slafa boss, Aisha Johansson, he be go na Dakar, and he go confirm, say, yes, the Zone A female tournament for WAFU 2019 go take place na Salon. Last Saturday, we there, na that day the vice president from India, na that day he been reached na Salon. So we be see Usai, the vice president, Mohammed Juldeh Jalloh, he be go and he go collect him na Lunge Airport. And I will be announced again say on Sunday, then get forget a banquet. And so we be see how the things unfold that Sunday day. The Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority, the board of chairman, then began meeting with stakeholders them. And a day be telling say they're not going to succeed without all man in undivided support. For let the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority go succeed, and say they need all the stakeholders them their undivided support. On Sunday, we will see Usai, the president, Julius Madabio, and the vice president, Mohammed Juldeh Jalloh, then we go na Jigibonta, when na ice cream parlor na Lumley Beach. And so we go take some fresh air and then talk to the young man them we be doing. We be launch legal aid board, we get forget some discussion with the vice president of Salone. People them be done they talk now, we done they talk. So what will be do Monday? Monday we be out 2 people them from the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority. And we all know how that particular discussion they go naya daddy day. We be send we reporters them na Moiba community they by All Road PWD Black All Road area yanda. And if you want to see what be happen there, go na our YouTube channel Sierra Network Production. You go see that interview there. And on Tuesday, we'll be joining the conversation where Samuel Wise Bangura being get with the Minister of Planning and Economic Development when a Dr. Francis Kaikai. He be get an interview with Samuel Wise Bangura, and we'll all be watching here. After the interview, we'll be open the phone line so that we go discuss what Dr. Francis Kaikai say about planning and economic development and Salone. If we want to take one main thing we talk, we say we need for the ask developmental questions. We say if person come, he can't talk say na so and so he go do. He say 1 year on, make we go meet some people and they ask and say, then see where you be go talk. How far? He say also make we look for who we see development they happen. And make we bring them and showcase say na so and so don't happen at this particular area. We see Usai Honorable Cherno M. Ba Cheri Koko. He say the public confidence in the judiciary. He say right now in things say it is at the lowest. Honorable Cherno Majuba into Wisabiam of APC saying things say the public confidence, the confidence where public get per Salone judiciary, he say right now in things say it is at the lowest. After that meeting where the Vice President of India begets with Salone government, we begin to unfold the things them way then talk another meeting there. One, then tell we say India go boost Sierra Leone in agricultural sector with $30 million. That way they na through one bank na India na go give a loan. But that loan they for good to the agricultural sector of Sierra Leone. We also learn from Slafa list of invited home-based players for trading. Inside our meeting back, we learn say India, they promise say then go build a brand new state house for Sierra Leone. We see say government pull press release and they make them position clear in the aspect of school attendance by pregnant girls. They make their own position clear, say they're not the Sheko who side them be team up, that they didn't still team up. And on Wednesday, Nadande will be deal with Naya. For say India go boost Sierra Leone agricultural sector with $30 million loan, and also then promise for build new state house, and also then go give we 1,000 metric tons of rice, and the list go on and on and on. And we will be there. We know how that particular program they end up. We also get all them press release them. We concern the Sierra Leone law school drama as the drama they unfold. Also, the Kihaman Road Maternal and Child Hospital within Afriton. The work be start from the past regime, but the work done now. And President Bio be go open that hospital there. We be lancé, then get, I think, 58 hospital beds, and now then self get diagnostic center. Not on that marge where you they think of, but then get one small one way now, so then call them diagnostic center. Where now they then go able to diagnose and see how things them happen and make everything go carry on. And people that will comment say they hope say because the hospital look good, you know, say new thing where they don't make and done, it's fine. But that maintenance culture and people let me they call for say, do ya? Then they know left that hospital so in the next 2-3 years we'll go watch and back we see say it not good. It don't begin get, you know, say na salon and they tell you say get hospital smell. You don't begin get that hospital smell. We don't want to, you know, get the hospital smell right now, so let's just continue like how we did so. We also learned say the ACC officially opened the new Northwest Regional Office. And now, yeah, on Thursday, what will we deal with? We deal with the Salon Passport, where Parliament, they knock them chest. One newspaper, Inge do have input and it say Parliament punch the immigration boss, the chief immigration officer. When Andrew Jaya Kaikai say Parliament puncher, but not saying one in punch you. Even Anthony, we clap and clap foot. We go represent Thomas De La Rue. We know how that one the back end up. So now we be deal with Naya. So they wait the next go where then they go back in the Parliament. Let's see how that one they unfold. We will also share a video of the former AU ambassador in Washington DC. When Dr. Harikana, we all know what happened with him. He gets us a very, very, very strong view about how the West they rip off Africa. And he talk how he feels say people away can always try for fight back at the West, how the West they come back and penetrate and get their way through. Well, this past week we began for land say the African Union then withdraw in service and terminate in service and say they don't want it again. They say he do things them way not meet up to the standard of the AU. People then they say no, not to Dandio. Now because of in team up where they team up against the West, now he make they no want them. But it didn't that chair day from 2017 night on the day. So we don't know if they try for Mosulam in not reset him out. But one way or the other, they will withdraw in service and say they don't need that again. And a change.org signature petition they go on, where then they ask for 50,000, they don't reach the 50,000 now. To today we're checking they don't reach the 50,000. So we don't know waiting if then they get for bring any change. But exactly how it took them, about how the West can get them way to people that we can want to map for the right of Africa, it's like say, now so it unfold. Also, we learned say Slafadon appoints new Premier League board for 2019 and 2020 league season. And it go interest you for no say, the one that will be there for that last board, they no put the none on this board here. Even though, if we want to look at we go say it was a successful board. It was a successful Premier League. But, until you know say this particular Slafa, not so them be in charge that thing. So maybe then they try for clean the house, get rid of all the one that will be there today. Will they not be there? But They don't get new one. And then when they will be there today, they not pick nobody there. VP Juldeh Jalloh be tell the people in Akambia say, then as government, then they take the government to the people them. And we also learn say, Slaffa don't propose dates them for the upcoming Congress. We get for happen, I think, January, February, April next year, 2020. Well, let we see how this Congress, because you don't tell where this Congress for don't hold. But until they don't pull dates there now, we hope say then dates then they will then pull through. It go all water. The Vice President, Dr. Mohamed Juldeh Jalloh, he be launched the local government decentralization policy review. In Tinaya we can talk decentralize. Well, they don't write a policy, and the Vice President be go launch them. Let we see how this particular decentralization get for take place. We go make people know say free tongue, no to salon. Salon, now all the district them, all the zone them, all the area then I make up salon. And also yesterday, President Bio don't launch the 2019 Poppy Week na State House. Yesterday too was an interesting one Naya on Sierra Network, because we too deal with Sierra Leone Law School saga. Who is who? The Attorney General, the Director of Law School, the Assistant Director of Law School, and also the Chief Justice. Now will be there yesterday will say it's like say this entire thing need a reform. But by all this thing they happen, the Chief Justice in named it. Well, this morning whole week, I don't know if the Chief Justice listened to yesterday, but the Chief Justice say the rift at law school is a call for holistic reform. He thinks say all this God go with and they need holistic reform. But again, instead of them say what he do, it not being right. And for that holistic reform way right so, he not talk nothing about what he do. We wait and see how this particular law school saga they unfold. We know say we get the Monument and Relics Commission now, and they try for make school picking acquaint themselves with some of we historical places them, like one, the Bones Island. So this past week, FSSG and also Methodist Girls High School, then be tour Bones Island, then go on 2 separate days then. We suicide Slaffa don't pull list of under 20 players then where they don't call for training ahead of the 2019 WAFU Zone A Cup of Nations where na Guinea na nege for happen next month. Just before they come on here, we learned say ACC last week now we be announced that day where ACC be go now former ambassador use ambassador will be in Guinea. They meet 2 motokade. The ambassador not there, but ACC go na the use, then take the motokade. Because the motokade be get Guinean diplomatic license plate. So then go na the use, then take the motokade. When they don't take the motokade done, they say then go investigate. After the investigation, the land say the motocar na the former ambassador na in private property. But the license plate them na the government in property, because that license plate and they belong to the embassy na Guinea. So them pull the license plate, they hand over to the correct authority, then take the motor car them back, then carry them go na the house. Now yeah, we all talk say the correctional center, more like the one at Pademba Road, overcrowded. We don't interview the deputy director. Instead, don't tell we say overcrowded. So what they do today? They say for reduce the overcrowding at Pademba Road, they move 150 male inmates from Pademba Road. They carry them go na Mafanta Correctional Center. From Pademba Road, they want to today, then go spend the night na Mafanta Correctional Center. 150 inmates. When they happen, and I pass through Sierra Network this week. Make we call it Aaron Rashidin, making pick from waiting we lay na table. Yes, Aaron, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Abraham. Quite a weekend, quite a week of a lot of development. You know, what I want to start with, I just want to make we listeners that know say, you know, so all man can get the opportunity for going to Sierra Network and the Facebook page and we website and see what they go on. So man, not just this program they can listen to every weekend. In fact, as you go on, they get some text, some people they ask some questions, then we go look for some clarification. One of the questions they will get now, one we get for do, you talk about passport, then you mention Parliament, Parliament being kind of grill somebody. You also mentioned some representative of Thomas de la Rue. Thomas de la Rue, as we know, now the people who they print the Sierra Leone currency. So some people then get kind of confused. What is this get for do? Now Thomas de la Rue they print we passport them waiting they go on then the injustice. Let's forget an answer to that.
Okay,
the other question we are just
on the okay, you get any other one on the thing they were laying at table so I can clarify.
Yes, the other one concerning the other one I get concerning this law school, you know, where you mentioned some people they ask, well this is just new to me. What's happening with the law school now Sierra Leone? Waiting at the problem we didn't get, you know. So maybe you just want to clarify that.
Okay. The first one about these passports, right?
Yes.
Okay, the passports now net page when Thomas de la Rue company, na part of Thomas de la Rue. But a net page and then they print the passport. So Parliament be set up a committee. Parliament set up a committee we go we request the presence of a member of net page and also a member of the immigration. So the immigration boss now represent immigration and net page send Anthony. We go represent them. But waiting happen at that meeting day, Anthony go, he clap and clap foot, he no go to nat, he no go to paper and pen himself. And any question where they ask him, he say, you know, to the technical man. One of the questions where they ask him, they say, waiting at the futures them waiting at the passport. He say no to the technical man, so he no go able to answer that question there. So they ask him about the terms them of the contract. Then waiting the contract, he say he refer them back, make them go read the contract. Now so then begin for standing down, say no. In fact you can have for self, you know, paper and pen. And then we therefore ask the immigration boss if he don't receive any report, from net page, and he began for tell we say no, from when he take over as chief immigration officer, he not receive no report from net page. So Parliament stand there all two down say make them go back, make them go prepare, and they ask them for certain documents them where then go come back the next time, because you know say they want increase the price of passports. So now based on that, they not able to answer the questions then, so then begin for send them back. And waiting at the other one, sir.
The other one with law school. The problem with going with the law school.
Okay, law school, then we get beaucoup reference and beaucoup fail. So the Chief Justice Edwards, he be write a letter to the assistant director of law school, Pamela Davis. He tell and say make he allow the people and make them retake the exam. Madam Pamela say no, he no dey do am. So he say he no dey do am. It take few days pass. Now the Attorney General write to Madam Pamela Davis say if I go leave with immediate effect. He say because waiting do, then get beaucoup complain about examination malpractice. So they want to investigate. So info go leave with immediate effect. So na the other one day na, and he say that one day no get right. All man they talk who that get right and who that no get right according to the law. They all interpret the law in their own way. But a lot of people they say even the Chief Justice take on his own in one grain for make that one day happen for it sit the exam, and also the Attorney General take on one grain for send on leave, then say no, now the council is supposed for sit down, and the council then they make a decision. But because then two people are just take on themselves, they say now the wrong things for do.
All right. I guess we listeners them good on this. Thank you for them detail the background and the information they. In fact, I want to start with Pademba Road and Mafanta, where you make mention of. The last time we talked about the prison system. One thing we always focus on most times are the overcrowding of the prison system. We lock up them. But waiting some of the things that will lead to that. I see one people somebody saying, I think Nauma will put a report on that. We even make mention of one particular inmate who don't do this, so you don't get some problem with him level of thinking, you know. Imagine where you confine somebody in that one particular place. They show how the cells small, almost people then did it, you know, how long then some people are not did it, they not charge them for crime. Some of the things that would lead to some of these things now kind of clear abuse by government, by the law enforcement system. Because I not see how you would treat people them, no matter what thing they accuse them of. They accuse person, find them guilty, you lock them up for too long. Government gets a system whereby people when they remand them for a particular period of time. But for lock somebody, now all that they lead to this, and it gives opportunity for the law enforcement system. They abuse people them. Sometimes somebody in a government let the way you barb your ear or something. You not let the way you pinch your window. Something happen, police then can't hold you, they lock you up. The reason why they not charge certain people then because they know if they charge them to court, the legal system will prove them innocent. So deliberately then they lock people them up deliberately for years. And that's so unfair. I think, the human rights groups that will get in the country, for looking to that, I think they for sue government for certain people that they don't lock up in jail for long without being charged. That's not abuse of them people, the human rights. And I think that's wrong. Now then, you just report we say, then pull, I think about 100 people from Pademba Road.
150.
Dedicated to Mafanta. We should know how Mafanta, if Pademba Road at the heart of the capital, which we look say it did beyond human habitation. I mean, conducive for people. I wonder how Mafanta will look like. Why made the kid go Mafanta? That's like say, I not see how they try to solve this problem. That is so unfair. Then therefore look at the whole system. Why would it get overcrowded? Why the prisons and the overcrowded people there? Something wrong is going on. If they don't get any reason, I mean, you get to give the people the benefit of the doubt.
Make I just help you under small, Arun. Then say, even this 150 we then kill, not to them 1K, now 300 them 1K go. But then say the motocar is not enough. Now you make like 150, and then they say because the space with the motocar, they will then get to be able to take now 150.
So the motocar can come back and take more. You see, all that stuff, it show you say, I mean, it's so unfair. The government therefore look into waiting the lead into this many people now behind bar, where a lot of them, they're not charged them, they're not find them guilty of anything. Then just keep them. That's so unfair. Some people get possible go stand for them. Then just go lock them in jail, left the day. So if some money lost in sense, because when you put inside one small room for years, you can find them, then they abuse them. We don't know sometimes where some of the things where they go beyond that prison. Abuse where they go beyond that prison. Then they talk within the walls of those prisons. That's so unfair. We're not for to do that. I mean, if we try for progress as a nation, all of them things that they will therefore look at them. It's so wrong.
Well, then they claim say Mafanta then do some work day we go take 300 male inmates and then one day we them for go and all the people that we go did now go be like 410 inmates. 410 inmates.
For the number, okay, we'll get I mean, prison not to, in fact, in prison, lock people in jail, not to the answer to anything. They get to a lot of other ways that you can train people that you find the way of their approach towards society. We all get the ability to do something when we go land into prison. But if we not get social system where they train people, where they talk to people, where they cancel people, I mean, locking people there up all the time, but maybe it's the simplest crime. Not a solution. We know they help their people and they will just make the rest of their life become worthless in our society. Prison not to the answer. And with prison system, not they address the way they're supposed to address people, the one where they lock up. And that is so wrong. That's not the point. You see, not to the number of people where they put it. Now the reason why make some of them people are defending themselves behind bars. Now that's a concern about. They come to this law school issue. That are just one of which will be the other malpractices then na primary school, na secondary school, na college, so the law school self immune from that. The thing I find interesting is that the law school are part of the University of Sierra Leone. I wonder why the Attorney General and I think the Chief Justice or whoever now then they make the decision. Now I think there's something like that for be in the hands of the police for investigate waiting go on. In fact, they get their own court. The university should have its own court where they look at some of them. There's malpractices then not because now law school so Attorney General for coming then get the police for investigate waiting at the things that we go wrong. If you want to look at waiting go wrong, if you look at waiting go wrong and try to address them. If we lost school, they don't begin get them malpractices and they don't see. I wonder how the student that will graduate will take that, He lost the prestige with the law, the legal system in getting at the country in the past. So all of them saying they make people the helpful country. all of them things, and they will therefore find way to find the right channel as to how therefore address them. You know, you make mention of APC, you say they open one party office. One for congratulate them. APC, they're good at opening up party offices. You know, at the beginning, where you start, you see somebody say, I do not go rise again. Well, no, that person, I believe they don't lose confidence by himself as a human being. You know, I wonder what he do. If I've been telling waiting in would do, not to waiting they suggest to, waiting would do for less Leone rise again. I mean, for long we just condemn say Leone not go rise again. You know, as a person, as a son of that country, it can make blood boy. You know, we also think positively. With positive mind thinking, it will make for long we just push for let we country go before. So far, I will stop so far.
All right. Before I go bring cancer NSC, Moses Flomo ask you.
Hey, Lord have mercy. I left something.
Oh, you get something else you want to add?
Yes, now that passport thing you talk about, you know, it's so, I mean, offending from which you report that this man will represent the printers, the people who will begin to Thomas Dilla who will go na parliament. It show a total disrespect for Sierra Leone. That show a total disrespect for the law enforcement or the country as a whole. You go there, invite you for you go talk on contract on a get. Sierra Leone, the deal with Thomas Dilla all these years from who you small who we know. For let this man come from Usai Komot, he go na parliament and tell them say you know to the technical man. Now we I think the parliament now we they're not keep Ula and lock them up because parliament get that power. You know, that's so insulting. And the man we the chief immigration officer, he says I blame him for that. For let himself go, you know, get reports. At least if parliament will invite you, some of them things there if you don't get them ready for go reports to parliament. It looks like say there's something hiding, there's something fishy where they don't want to let parliament know. And we all know how government officials them, not just this, not now, in the past where they make business with passports in other countries. So I'll stop so far.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Before I bring CNSC, Moses Flomo de Axosai Mafantade inside Tonkolili district and then tell us in 3 miles off Maboka town. Now inside Tonkolili district and 3 miles off Maboka town. Yes, Tennessee, what you want pick by the thing they will learn at table, sir?
Thank you very much, people, and I want to tell you what Piki Aoun for the things that we touch on me. I just want to say something here. You know, during the campaign, we talk on Saturday. I don't know if people will listen as they correctly listen to during the campaign when the campaign starts. But before the campaign says, we will talk to me, particularly we will talk to I get to see Sierra Leone will rise again, and Sierra Leone will be a better place. For people, for a Sierra Leonean, for talk say Sierra Leone will rise again in order hope in Sierra Leone. You know, at times we can talk to say, don't forget about politics. We all are Sierra Leonean and don't come out. Just like where this thing for South Africa, say, remember, for go back, remember who say you come out. Understand? If you, like your home, who say you come out, you say, because you don't catch the light 24 hours or because you get good road or because you see everything beautiful there, you say you continue to ever develop. When they push you, come on together, will say, where the claim step. Don't forget the one the way you left down. Because when they push you in the back, they come in. You know, if you at times, as you always say, don't forget about politics. Everybody do your little bit that you can. Yeah, who can do so? Who can tell me safe? People they don't suffer. They don't suffer. They sacrifice themselves now because of them left in the wood and land. Say, hey, if suffer, who don't suffer, so don't pick in and no can suffer. But if you say you know for make that sacrifice, but you know when they say tinap, when they say move. But when you go to my country, when they say tinap, you say let me. You see the policeman or this that you say let me accommodate diaspora. I always they talk and I need to people not think. After some programs or people will try to forget the number. The way they are the diaspora now we are the problem na Sierra Leone. We see the problem when we diasporans because during the past elections. We see what some people when they put in their positions, you understand, they perform nothing. Absolutely nothing. The diasporans, most of them are then hit the past government. And we don't see this government again take most of the diasporans there. They put them, I'm going to say all. But so they if you perform anything because they do nothing. Only when they say politics, you see that they enjoy. So that then people then when they talk about something serious about the country, you say, no, that country they don't do. That country they are not pull up. When are you? When are you? So if we are always a talk to we where they are saying before be role models. We don't can learn. Yeah, we can learn. For now we go able for implement some of them things and they always talk about always admire. In other countries, you can see the leaders were very bad bosses. They ever see them they talk bad about the country. Now, honestly, we are seeing we get a small opportunity for now to society. Believe you me, now the country first will cry out. And this is not good. Me, I ask all Sierra be here, let we let the country. Let we not forget Sierra Leone. Tomorrow, some people not able to retire. Some people wait on their way to retire and they say go and go back na salute. Because when you don't retire, nothing not good for you again. When you small money where you earn, you go and go outside where you utilize them. Don't say they go. You go and say, well, now go back in the country. You see? Now, I not forget about that. Now come to this passport issue because it looks extremely the most sensitive issue this evening. This passport issue, with some contracts the way we don't see they go through. You understand? We always say with politicians, they don't mean good for we. And most of the ones that they go past them bad deals and they now people don't live in the diaspora. Now they go back same bad deals that they see this passport, those they don't use the from the last regime. People come when them face the passport price up. Why they face this passport price when they say they put them and they go past some PC. Now it will be $1. I saw the dollar day, I say for please, the dollar go 1 million, and 1 million. It will be. And we see inside this one immigration, we get people where special coming, then for snap nobody day. You get other coming, then for print sending. You get other coming when from the nobody they sell. With all this kind of thing not happening inside this immigration, this regime come, they try to say, okay, no, now we go terminate our contract, we get another contract. Down the civil society, they come inside, other civil society, they grab, we hear it in a radio, say, now, get people here, they pay special money to so come in, they are the special money to so come in, and government, they get nothing. Now, only when this regime come, I think they force them for pay, I think 5% to government. Government will get anything according to the first contract and they get. I have to be corrected because I've been listening to the program where I'm beginning at AYZ and some civil society they say they for terminate some auxiliary contract because government they profit nothing, government they get nothing. The only money government they get, I think, now the form they only sell, now the only government gets. So there is the actual government terminate the contract. But so contract and then with the new government don't sign, where other government don't, where other regime don't sign, you know, we just can no more, you terminate them. Instead they ask for reform. Government and continuity. If they ask for reforms, you try to see how you be able to bring down the people that steady there. And the first thing what this government do, what do they do? Say now, we need them according to dollar. Now we stop and the 700 way a day. Not stop and day. We see that God they come. Then we see I think the beginning government 5% of the proceeds only get from the passport. So if them people and the person where they in charge, they say go to parliament say oh no nothing, something wrong. You see, some contract in the make as this me for me the current minister where the comment for take the bold step. It's like me at the take Rado. Because I remember the last time I tell you, Ibrahim, I tell you say Rado talk na radio see most of the contracts the way they sign, where in the part of say that bad deals they pass. In they can terminate, because he know the secret. Rado be there with all the last government to know how they go in and out. Even when the confusion begin, because in fact the SFP parliamentarians are already begin then have the remote control. Man they look for something. When they say they all go sign. In fact, they ever get an award in the parliament. So they always go sign money. So in when don't come now say he know what happened. So in the time for terminate all the contract we ask for reform. Now we just patient. We Sierra Leoneans there. I believe that if the government take good steps, now we as Sierra Leoneans there we support. When we brothers them misbehave, the last match will be get against Nigeria. Now once for the pinch. Now what they suffer so now because whatever punishment FIFA levied on me, we as Sierra Leoneans that will suffer. When Ebola come, we all make carelessness. You really know. Some of who are the diaspora will family be affected. You see, when the war become, all they say, if you want to reach the people, they not go down, or if you want to reach the people, when you come, you not pick whether you in favor or you against, you not pick. So that is the now we come as Sierra Leoneans, we help for develop the country. When government comes, forget about politics, it gets mandate 5 years. If they don't just know, if they don't perform, we go to the ballot box, we pull them out. But thinking every time we talk bad about the country, I'm not saying it's necessary. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Senator Ibrahim. Yes, make we come with Yusuf from Maryland, not Atlanta again. Yes, Yusuf, you get the platform, sir.
Hello. I just want to say welcome to the program today, and it's real for being here as always. And I just want, some of the things that we can talk about sometimes is so mind-boggling that you don't even know how you can start with here. The surprising thing is that we get a failure in policy continuations as alone, regardless of whether the single same party or the change of party where we don't see experience in the last for elections. We don't see the governance change from party to the other party and whatnot. But this a failure in all fronts. I will just briefly touch on most of the things where you lay out. I want to start with the law school. The law school, as we all know the institutions in our saloon, the integrity they erode. But you know what? We don't want to do injustice to the one the way they operate and they stand right and they do the rightful things for the institutions here. All the institutions in saloon, beginning from the banking to finance to the civil service to the law, we all look and generally say it's bad because that's what they see outwardly. But not take them away from the one that we did the very, very downtrodden, hard-working jobs for uplift in individual departments or units within the man. It's so sad that you get the involvement of, the Chief Justice about what's in our law school. I'm saddened by that fact. I won't take up from me because as you did talk and we come in, you say, why not the institutions we the govern education as saloon or we the supervise education as saloon, why don't they handle that fairly? I'll tell you, I remember this until we were board at the law school in probably 90 or so before we joined the state council. I know how difficult it is because me and my brother in study case, we've been the study for the bar. I know how hard it is, how they put the standards for their education there and for make people then go past and become certified solicitors and what have you. I give them props. But we say they're not immune to the kind of things that we don't see, they don't hit the education level and salon. But things are not privileged for get fact, for toxic and corrupt. So I will left that there and I don't say that. But if the intervention they come from the Chief Justice will all respect due to if we follow the protocols of see if you want to address the situation or if you want to make, certain, want to influence certain changes that are area, they say that your area as a professional, the proper channel in there. And I'm not favor others who grab say they put the director on straight leave so then we investigate why they not bring that subject they can until they get to disagreement with the Chief Justice. So you see, this is a double-edged sword. Now, I go left-handed for make somebody else look into that, but right, within the happening, right. If they get questions, make them send them to the Education Ministry.
Make a happy quick, Yusuf. Make a happy quick and try for this particular area because even I won't be make mention of the Chief Justice and even the Attorney General and get people from Bar Association. Then get what they call Council of Legal Education. So all the way they are part of that particular council day, but they're supposed to meet as a council for take any decision. Rather than solely each person take decision. So because of waiting and do, waiting and do, if it be seen a council be sit down for doam, it was okay. But just because the council no sit down for doam, now it make people in the question that. I just want to make we understand that, sir.
Thank you for bringing that clarifying point there, which I respect. Now it reminds me, because I've become aware of our council day. So because we don't talk briefly about another issue with the association and law school. I think a year or so ago, and we get some other issue and talk book up and feel nobody pass or something like that. My brother don't go to his place. Say he don't become the director of public prosecution during his tenure. We all know, and which will give me a good segue into the Pademba Road issue. You know what? I'll say this. Prisons or jail, now a tool for society. This tool, if you use them too much, you hamper society. But then again, if you don't use them again, you hamper society. Now, what I mean by that? Rehabilitation, that the sole purpose for prison systems. Now, for within the West or within the first world, we all know how the prison system is. If you ask me, somebody will not say this. Alone, in general, there be need for invest very, 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 very heavily in prison systems. That's alone. There be need for do that. If you ask me, why? If they do one, two things happen. If you show somebody an effective prison system, now, first of all, you use them as a tool to make people fearful of waiting to happen in that prison. The other part of them is, you use them, if you get an institution under control, you use them to rehabilitate people for bringing them camp. We all know America is also the best role model for prison systems, but if you go to Scandinavian countries, you go to Denmark, Switzerland, or the other place in the, if you see how the prison systems work, it's like a halfway house. If they get somebody say they look, then don't take your rights from you as a civilian. This time you placed, inside in the confine you, then get the time within the confine this person at that place there. And not take the rights from them to make a day outside. Which again, for the West, some people it's nice, soft blow for punish somebody. But at the same time, you take away some of his civil rights, but they abuse his civil rights. You take him, say you punish him in order to rehabilitate the person so that he go look to the crime where he commit and try not to repeat that crime there again. But we all know the prison system at Salon. I mean, you can't even touch them. CNN don't cover them, BBC don't cover them. It ain't in the worst state. So we're not for even talk. I mean, get proper. Within a cooling or heating system. You know, all this season in the camp that our country, if the rain come, the place not ventilated properly. If the heat day, it's not ventilated properly. If heavy storm come, the window them. We're supposed to be window. The window they know they now just iron bad and get like a small strip of breakage passage now the wall. If heavy rain come, it blow the rain inside the prison system. We get the prison cell, we not like one big open pala. And we all know everything that happen in prison day. So we see them even with this SLPP government camp, we get somebody from the president's office, we go visit the Pademba prisons and see what's happening here. So the need for something. We not advise anybody for how and what them for do. But the overcrowding of the jail, not a human rights issue than they. So would I didn't dinner that and if I look into so that's the area. And coming to the other issue, the issue of Salon in growth. Salon get for grow. Salon need for growth. Most of people in the West, we get this optimistic view, but that not necessarily means we get for bites, we turn to one to say something. The only reason some people they say things about Salon that the way within they bring that come across, I know they give them the respect to and deserve to make constructive criticism. If it gets way for criticize Salon, criticize them in a way that wherein you, the person where they criticize them, you get an opportunity for somebody where they listen to you from a learning point perspective. Or you yourself, if not anger, you get something you misguided. If you open a dialogue, an opportunity for make either you get knowledge or you get additional information of what you need to try to complain about. So that's two. For me, on my own side, on a personal level, I'm very optimistic. I always highlight things we don't happen with neighboring country in Africa. The growth of places like Ghana. Ghana, way years ago, not 40, 30 years ago, I say 30 years ago, where Ghana been so bad of that, you get the entire professional as area of Ghana, they seep out like whatnot. So we know where things happen. And look at Ghana today. Ghana is a beacon. Ghana, they refine their oil we didn't get. Ghana, they produce motoka. Motoka winner did the manufacturer. Ghana, we're not so like Peugeot, they come do plant. Ghana is building their own cars. Look at Rwanda. Rwanda just released their own cell phones where they make right there in Rwanda. All the materials in there. So I'm optimistic, and I know if we say anything today, we just hope that people in high places they listen. People in high places where we know say they get their idea, then go entertain each other in a constructive way for making them able to pass that message to the governments of the day, so that they will able to, go look for them. Go look for the thing with the benefit the country. Now, one thing with leadership na Salon past, and I don't know about the present, but if they believe in legacies, now where you left, now you able to enjoy. Where you did a power, now hard work you get for do. Now when you left, you get to enjoy the fruit of your hard work. But it seems as if that is a bit opposite. Most the government Salon, now when they need in either one for reap and rip the country and leave for the day, not to after when left the office. So the neighbor can go left. On the passport issue, Thomas Delarue, the involvement in Salon, it's overemphasized. The one in the supply we money, but God knows how many other Leones can get on the other side. So, the conspiracy, I don't know. On passport issues, I know if you want to go into that. I know if you want to go deep into that, but the need for just all the people them put fire upon them so that the people can give the information which is really necessary for the one, the security of the passport systems, and two, for the integrity of the passport systems. Now, if it comes to the parliament, I want to say this. We welcome investment and involvement in Salone constructively. But I will caution Salone government, if then they take loan, they know it's in this government, SLP know how they cry APC down for the kind of loan when they want to take or when they don't they about for take and sign where they not activate. So caution to them. And number two, if at all they want to entertain any foreign government or can build places like with parliament who say the law, then get for sure say then get a second security level person or institution we go scrub the whole day. My point what I try to make is we know waiting happen at Addis Ababa. Where the entire African continent give China that contract for build the OEU headquarters in Addis Ababa. We know waiting happen there. For other way, no, or other one forget. This is what China do. When China build OAU, when they build that complex there, we say all the African land and they go meet at the secret offices them, that the conference halls, China bought the entire building. The Chinese government, through the builder, then bought the entire building. The eardrop on all the conferences, in the area already in the past day, they know all the decisions that the African governments they go meet, they go make, whether they're in favor of China or they're against them. This gives them a leverage for making them go handle African government. So, in as much as we go on for welcome anybody we mean for can make investments in Salone, particularly at the places like the one you said we not in the make, we secret then they, even though some are not so secret anymore, but it's a word to the wise. A word to the wise, make them caution them. And the other thing I know, before I go, one last point I just want to make, and this is on my own personal level, with Parliament, a beautiful structure. I think that the Israeli general in Bilam years and years ago. But, you know, that inside that whole thing, it needs to be neutral. It needs to be neutral. Neutral in the sense that the color is too loud. I don't see I will get a backlash about this. They're very Sierra Leone oriented. I mean, I'm Sierra Leone, born raised and bred. But that boku green, white, and blue flag day, it's kind of too much. They need to tone down a little bit. That place they need to be neutral. Put light, proper lighting, let the place bright. So I will yield for now. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Yusuf. Thank you, sir. Make a come in with Usman Toli. When I can do with me during the week. Yes, Usman Toli, you get the platform, sir.
Okay. First, I just want to thank all the callers then. They all make some very sensitive points then. And I know one go over all waiting they don't say because they're spot on for most of the time. So I just want to look at a different section of what we discussed this week. And this now a clarification of some of the issues them we have been talked about on one of the most sensitive topics them we'll discuss at this forum, where we see the Indian Vice President come to Salone and he can offer we so many benefits. And one of the big benefits them where we actually deliberate on and we bring a lot of argument, discussion to say. And myself can inside, I talk about them. After I don't talk, I therefore look at the comments. And I feel say today now the best day this way I will kind inside for make clarifications. A lot of contributors they say the benefits them way Indian government bring come to Salone they don't favor them because it comes with loans and a kind of trap for the country. And that's some of the benefit them short as the loan we will get from one of the banks and from India in our own interest. And one important thing we elect from most of the contributors then today is this. Therefore, be optimistic. Who side the government do good, not talk good. Who side they do bad, law will talk, say they do bad. Just like what AAA say. You see, the thing is, we all therefore they ask developmental questions. And don't forget, according to the Minister of Planning and Economic Development, he said we all citizens then, we are part of the implementation process. And the implementation process is from here. We come, we discuss important issues then, we inform the public about what they go on, we ask critical questions. And I believe that most of the leaders then, from all the various institutions in our countries and the listing, and sometimes, they see response. So it's a good one. But one of the things that I mentioned last discussion on the issue of the India is that I said loan is not always a bad thing. I will give you an example of why loan is not always a bad thing, especially for some of these countries. We're not able to stand by ourselves yet. The most important thing is, and then we all discuss, when we try to get credible institutions, financial institutions, like the other days when they talk about the central bank, we therefore try make sure say them financially responsible. We therefore get a justice system with financially responsible. When they talk about a prison system, we therefore be responsible. That's all we need from their institutions here, right? Now, what are the trying for talking about here? A loan, if you want to understand how this loan system works, because I think now one of the things that where most people are confused when they talk about loan, we don't need loan, we don't need that. No, it's not always a bad thing. But if you want to understand how the international financial system, especially in terms of loan, how it works, just think about an individual, yeah? Say, call Mr. A and Mr. B. Yeah, this is not always an example what they give. Mr. A, he apply for a loan. Yeah, and Mr. B himself apply for a loan. Yeah, they all claim say, and they go study now university. You don't understand. Mr. A, he borrow say one go do medicine. So they give him $50,000 loan. Then Mr. B himself borrow, he say he go study law. So they give him back $50,000 loan. Yeah. So Mr. A, indeed he pursue in course up to his own study medicine, he become a doctor. When he become a doctor, it benefits the state, it benefits himself, it benefits other people for that loan day. Yeah. Mr. B, when they get the loan, what he do? Yeah. Forget about what he tell him for go do. What he go tell the bank say hey, they do do one. They enjoy buy expensive cars, and these cars begin, pollute the air, will cause more damage. Begin enjoy drinking, damage in health. So he, benefit the society at all. Yeah, this is the way I want to look at loan. A loan, if a country gets a loan, because in international finance, you get various instruments then. But one of the most popular ones, I would say, international finance, like main commercial banks, they borrow money to countries then. Yeah, because in the international market, you get banks that will borrow money on commercial basis to them bank. Yeah. So you see, if we borrow them money, yeah, we put it into good use. It benefits not only in the create job employment opportunities. Yeah, it put it invest time in a way that the entire society will benefit. Now, in this example where I don't use also between student A and student B. So that is the way where we look at loans. So I tell you this week, if you look at the areas of investment where the Indian government said they can invest in the agricultural sector. And the agricultural sector, we know is an important sector where we look forward for develop and diversify the economy, because we'll get a lot of advantage in terms of job creations, in terms of agro processing, in terms of diversifying the economy, because over the years we don't rely too much on the mining sector. So to me, if we get credible institutions, now we get the Anti-Corruption Commission, yeah, we will help for combat any corruption. I think we give the law a chance. We know for sure, we know they try to support the government. But let's call a spade in the sense that the government don't lay so many foundations. The only thing what we get for watching, for help, for ask developmental questions. Now this they talk. The developmental questions is this. No, make sure these things are implemented. If they're not implemented here, no, they voice them out. Because if all them here, when they don't learn at table, they say they will help for develop the country. If all them here, then put it into practice, believe me, in the next 1 year, all them that will talk about, it will become a thing of the past. Because so many projects, if we think about it, if you think about what's in the Minister of Agriculture, they don't talk. They say that they create jobs now. I think Kenema, about 2,500, they build 2,500 houses with 5,000 jobs. You talk about the Sunoco project, where he said they can create about 5,000 jobs. You talk about so many things where they don't live. The question is, the important thing for we the citizens is, we ask developmental questions. Make sure these things are implemented. Now that's what we pray God for. So I will stop here so that we will give chance to other colors them, let them make their own point. Although I get other things they want for me to tell about, but because of time, I will stop here. But please, now Lord, we be positive. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Lord, ask developmental questions. Let's not be too negative. Now that's another for put the table. Thank you very much, Triple A. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Tole. Thank you, sir.
Thank you too, sir.
Yes, I open the phone line. If you want to be part of today's program, you get opportunity now for call and be part. We just open the phone line for a short while. So if you want to call and be part of the program, you get the opportunity right now. Yes, caller, you there live on here. You name and who call from?
Well, this is Mustafa, the call from France.
Yes, Mustafa, you get the platform. What's your contribution, sir?
My contribution, actually, thank you for the work you do. One thing, you talk about somebody we say Sierra Leone no they move ahead or something like that. We know say there is difficult anytime, whatever it is, Salon our country, we always wish good for the country. We pray God direct will lead us them. No matter who that in a power, no matter what political party in a power. Lord get the rightful one who go push the country go before. Because we say for there, whatever the case may be, we buy the battle, we want go now host, we relax because you are not host. Whatever it be, you home, no place like home. The freedom we get there, you need to get an outside. And we can't go small. The only thing we for faith, for love faith, for all we have together. This northwest, southeast, we can talk always. Now, don't put it to us so. Instead of you proud of Sierra Leone, we be proud of we na southeastern and northwestern and in don't put we country outside they so they like today. Now in the part divide, we let God push down there for we begin proud for say, me na Saloman, me na Saloman. Now so for the proud of. No matter who that in a power, no matter how things they go, if the government always, yes, we then do it not right to for bash them, that now so for do. But for the things say we continue go ahead, I must feel say that they fine. Because whatever it is, you enjoy it, later you want go near your family. Who say your family they in a salon? So let God bless you, let God guide and protect you now. And then tell me how busy so now me unable to give you tough time.
Okay.
God bless you now.
All right. Thank you very much, Mustafa. Thank you. Yes, caller, you're live on here. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, this is I call from US.
Yes, I get the platform, sir.
Yeah, the first thing I want to do is now this Waffle Zone 8 we saved in the Brincan Salon in 2019. And they don't repair the football pitch for that kind of tournament. That's not the first question. Do you have any idea?
Then we say repairs get for go on, but I don't think they don't start.
Well, they need to repair the pitch for those kind of tournaments because they don't want to make us look shame, you know. Other countries in the country with football pitch look like that, they need to repair it. And the other thing I want to deal with is I only talk about how the prisoners them human rights and they violate them, you know. But the same thing we talk about here, some time ago we violate these other people, even though they're involved in this Spygate or Examgate stuff, we then go parade them and court in three. They too, their human rights were violated, but when we try to talk about this, some people take rousing, you know, blasphemy, you know, this, that, they will do them so, they will do that, you know, which is not right. If you protect other people, your human rights, you will protect everybody as well. And the other thing is when it comes to this, when some people are pessimistic about Sierra Leone rising again, me from your part, I'm hopefully cautious that Sierra Leone rise again. But this program is an opinion program. You know, people give their opinion and how they see things. So I don't see any reason for anybody to chastise anybody when they give their opinion. Because if you remember back and then you have some program where you try for interview Lima. You say Lima say the people will make comment or stuff in their opinion. So people should accept other people's opinion too. Nobody should chastise anybody. People give opinion based on how they feel, you know, how they see things on their own perspectives, you know. So I just want to bring up this issue, that's all.
All right, thank you very much, Ayo. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and who side you call from, please?
Hello?
Yes, you're live on air. Your name and who side you call from, please?
Oh, yes. I said to the call from New York.
Yes, I said to waiting on your contribution.
First of all, I want to say thank you for reaching out to me earlier today. This is my first time, for being on the show. I didn't listen to the pre-recorded version at YouTube, but I want to say Utu is doing a very good job. Just for getting me all involved at the Salon community, for knowing what is going on, the up-to-date events on a daily basis. And me on contribution in terms of what I was saying, Salon on the rise again, I think that's a very unfair statement because this country don't go through a lot. starting with the war from Kwandu to Freetown, all the people that we don't suffer, and people that still they strive every day to improve the country. Some of we will go back and forth just because we feel so attached to the country. Like sometimes after a few months, I feel sick. I feel like I need to go back home. And then no matter how you feel sick, you do well. You're always going to be a foreigner in this country. No matter how many degrees that you get, you'll always be a foreigner. So let's all work together and come up with ideas, ways that we can go back and develop the country. You know, it's just like an individual yourself. Let's say, okay, today you didn't do well, you're not doing well now, you can place, something went wrong, whether in school you did. You're not going to give up. You're not going to say, okay, because I not do well, I'm not going to do well again. Then if you do that, you don't give up on your life. You don't give up on other things that we need to look ahead to. Just like right now, Sierra Leone went through a lot. The war, the Ebola, those mudslides, every day now a challenge. And life, we get to go through challenges. But then at the same time, we will pick ourselves up and then look up, at the end of the tunnel. Because, there's no struggle without success in the end. So I think law will be positive. I don't think we're not chastising anyone, but we want people to be aware of what they're saying, and we don't want to compare ourselves to other countries either. Okay, so every country gets their own ups and downs. Even this America, we all see day in, day out, something is going on wrong. When they're coming to the loan, every country has to take loan. America, they take loan from China. They take loan from other countries. They're not that rich. If they're rich, then they take loan. Yes, it's stable for certain things, but not for everything. But I just want, voice those. For now, I guess I'll contribute the next time. Thank you.
Very much. Thank you for your time. Yes, caller, you live on air. You name and who call from?
Okay, who's Friday? Call from Manchester, sir.
Yes, who's friend? You get the platform.
Okay, now just the area of this agriculture, I would just want for give small contribution. When you look at the agricultural sector, when they bring investors them, if me, I can suggest say, instead of I go bring pineapple, let them can go on the country, which is good. Because in about 3 years, when you look at the lifespan of pineapple, let go grow and produce. I go like place like Kabbalah. I know in a place where good for vegetables, we all man know, or other places them back, where then they grow things them. Then we grow like tomato. Then we make tomato puree of paste. When we the tin, they sell. Then we make fruits. Because years back in the 80s, I remember that place then called Konshu, we just did after McKinney. Then we open one industry, they make fruit juice. But because of corruption, they end up local. Then they make that fruit juice, then they sell and take go Guinea. All I remember that fruit juice there. So then you look into that and revamp because them mango they already peel that local area, that local area. Look at them mango they already waste. Then go make mango juice. That side then they locate them on a quick track. We then go able to bring good GDP, we grow the domestic income, we produce, we sell, we get money for Canada country. But if I go plant pineapple, 3 years before we go begin to produce fruit, it will take years. It will go really for long term, but we look at now for long, we try to revive the economy. Then I mean contribution for the one side of the agriculture. The other side for that education side for the law school, I feel say they commented some of the lawyers them, not all are teachers. Some of them are lawyers them more than the profession. You get somebody who are teacher, born teacher, is different from man who they talk in a court. So but most of them not real teachers them. I think I mark McKinney when they try for highlight some of the things them one of the lecturers have been note. So some of them think that they get for note them, or they get for the structure that law school day, let them go bring teachers. The teachers now people who are born to be a teacher, who get the talent, you go able to teach. Sometimes the teachers then get for train them that are one way.
But again, a teacher, when a teacher, lectures until they not train go fast. They see some teachers, then are just common experience. I will give myself as an example. I remember one time I go to share, I don't come off school, I go for go do work, my best work, because I've been get called for go do nothing. So I go there, I not been get the work the year. So I get for go to the school, I got look for go teach science. When I get science, and nobody do well that year day. When I in the mother say, well, I'm too young for go teach at the school, when I girls school. But the students, nobody do well for health science and biology. So now see the students, they mostly are friends. I mean, after now go all classes, they want a free class. Now they begin going to the school, when I come even them at the college classes, they're free. I teach the student them. And trust me, I get students that will verify that one day. That year they wouldn't sit, they do very well without me even going to a classroom for go teach. When I form 5, they do very well. So I even get some students that I teach when I junior schools them back. Some of them even they listen with me. They do very well. When they be able to help me, say, and promote me, I get small money, they take kind of foot now I can begin the school of nursing. So teaching not to tell them away person, they say you get to be a trained teacher. I don't know one thing, you get to be trained, yes, fine, to be a good professional. When I call back, so then go for the structure that law school day, so whether than the actual teachers, instead of the lawyers, they will get to go work or get to go up and down, they feel that in the basic teachers in law. So then go for look into that so that the education of that country they be able to revive, because education now for self-reliance. One finger no go able to take coconut, now the one whole hand, so that the world will unite, so that Salon go able to grab back. Let the government will think about this, how they go able to help the country Salon so that we able to move forward. Now the end of what we get to contribute. God bless you and thank you very much for giving me the platform.
Thank you very much. Usfren, thank you, sir. Make we come with Aaron. Yes, Aaron, I think you get something where you want clarify quick before I come to Senesi.
You know, if we not get Usfren today, I will say we miss people because I want my way to contribute. I like when they can come on all the time because you know they can bring some fresh perspective into things. The only thing I've been just express something where I think say who's friend slightly miss. You know, at university level, at college level, and not necessarily get from a teacher, because so university education, as he says, no, he just mentioned say with the experience and take and go to one school, he go teach. I don't know if he's a teacher at that age, but you know, practical experience when a lawyer they practice the profession, it brings more perspective to learning to the students. Now college, now that make some of the university professors then. Now people the way now where sometimes different this way ustaz now America most of them people the way they go end up in university. Now people that we don't evolve in the kind of profession, they don't do and they don't work in that profession. They get that experience, then they can go. Because university, as you know, now educated, my very sound man. As you know, university education, not so like school education, you know. So now one reason that make them being the lawyers then. Because then they come with the practical experience, the court experience now the classroom, you know. And that's not like somebody we don't serve as a sport reporter for a very long time or sport editor. You know, you get universities that would deal or colleges that would deal with sport. Now then kind of experience and you need. I think the problem with the college I mean the law school, not so much the people that would teach. Now I think just which we experience now other schools. It's not limited to the law school. You know, but other areas the way malpractices they may not take place or we don't go on for quite a while. You know, I just kind for buttress some of the things we man say just say well sometimes you need that practical experience, that experience, professional experience, which somebody don't get. You know, even as Leone said, we get people the way journalists they end up for they teach the media department in Kobe College. You know, so I'm not saying now more or less now because now law as a nail because if for let you become you could learn a practical something, you know. So I just want just being that side of waiting you say, you know. So
okay,
I go in and so far.
All right, Senesi. I want to begin Senesi, but something that will be happening during this week before I forget. Senesi Dede.
Yes, I did.
Somebody called Naya during the week. I don't forget which particular day and day. The person from France. Sierra Leone get ambassador in France?
No, we not get. Na Brussels today.
Okay.
In the process, but he come here at any time and he always available.
Because what happened? Somebody called. He say then they get issue in France day, and then say they want passport. Then tell them say for go salon for passport.
If the person he call me, then or if he call Brussels.
Okay, I get the person. I will link you in the person.
In the car almost every fortnight.
Okay, just hold on here because this person be done the call. Make I just bring them in. But I go link you and that person there. We be call now that day. The phone line don't close actually, but see before you go close, make I just bring this person because he be done the call. Yes, Jalloh, you don't call say from our open the line, you don't call again. You just make them quick and make you left here. Make them quick.
Okay. I mean, Jalloh, I want to do something where the concern is the school boss them. Now, one of the one abo. You understand? Because when they repair one, the mayor abo, the woman, they give a short advice. Say the boss they run with almost million fuel, and ending of the month they run losses. You understand? So the Sierra will be the protesting there for make the Boston transport 1,000. So made them check if the government they run at losses on them Boston how they get for repair them or how they get for replace them Boston in the future. So made them think about that. And two, our address concerning the African Union, you understand, like what it take place in America concerning the ambassador. We leaders in Africa, we don't know say now the white people them they give them power. You understand? Because I know I enter that too much. It pain me because when the woman they talk the right thing, that president in Egypt, because of the chairman for the African Union, automatically he send the woman to leave, then after he fire them. Which of course that is wrong. And no African leader know the way gap which him up talk say that not for be. And one thing our African leaders they understand. With my when you tell them with your vision for tomorrow, they block you. You know why they achieve that. And two, what you want to do. You understand? We live on them every day they smell out, they eat out, they feel them. Every day that this country, that country they are. And we leaders in Africa, we don't know say now the people there so now they fixed at the position they do say then they over with. Because if you see that Egyptian president where just go America go put in power, they go fire that woman because the woman they talk the truth. And all the leaders in Africa sit down, not say one word. We don't know say now they fix them. And two, I saw Gaddafi back where they be protest against and Barack Obama be say Gaddafi for go live in country. Now all in South Africa, in Malema, now in talk, that's South Africa, that the parliament, now one great talk, all the other presidents of Africa, they all set them out, say they kill Gaddafi. They want to for understand, say, African leaders, they for understand, say, any leader waits team up strong against the weight man. Tomorrow, what they talk, say that president, na dictator. And tomorrow, after that, they send the young people on you for kill you or for overthrow you, for me to take over that country. So African leaders, they want to wake up or open their brain them and stand for this woman back like he can in position because America or England or France or Germany no get nothing for do under real decision. Because they take no decision on their own European Union, American Union, or I don't understand. So they pay me too much. So when I try hard to give the woman in power back, that president of Egypt, now go talk to her. President Bio, please, for God's sake, I know say you're a right man. Please, when I sit down on that, when I talk about that, and replace that woman back in position. Please, thank you. That's all I got for say.
All right, thank you very much, Jalloh. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the phone line don't close now. Yes, NSC, waiting are you closing, sir?
Week after week, the things the way they happen in the country, and with what we can talk now, to me, at the look and say, like we can buy phone, take on phone, then you put on factory setting, for all what you say promote, all the old things they promote, then you get a back like new one. So that process is Sierra Leone they go through. You look at the educational sector, all things you see youth in the commot, you look at other areas there. Like when they talk about law school now, the Chief Justice say he wants to reform. We see what they happen in WIAC, we see what they happen all other side them. See anti-corruption just to go with the pull new thing there. Now I make us see Sierra Leone they go through factory setting with the try for get Sierra Leone back to a footing. What I mean? Now, they say if they set a thief or catch a thief. What is they happen in WIAC? I believe say one time they were 98.1 the host, the guy with in charge of then teachers the way when they go and hunt the other competitions there. And now them same people be the part of that syndicate where they go on the leak questions or the leak question papers to students. Now in the team leader of that particular team where they go around where they say exam day today, they say, oh, this is also person habit standing. This is also person habit standing. So with that, they know all because you know if they ask how anti-corruption manage, you know see the people are there na so but this man be the part of that particular team, they will be do that. So if the CJ say something bad doesn't happen at the school, no, we just allow them. Let them do the only thing we declare for act, let them do the right thing. If they say bad thing we don't do it for somebody don't come out among them say this thing where they go and say let's stop. Let us sit down and watch. The only thing let them go do the right thing. The law school we see now we don't the jam with. In fact, all man don't talk like now in the country. Where something happen. All man they interpret. When they go na court na different thing. We all now they are this way. The all man don't talk lawyer. We all they interpret law now because the one day when they go through the law school, when they come out, now different thing. Now the same one they can't begin the country with different. You say the constitution also the constitution also. They don't make now everybody don't talk lawyer and a salon. Everybody they interpret the constitution differently. So we they ask if the Chief Justice honestly say reform for take place, let reform take place, let we see what will be the outcome. If the reform now for better salon, for better we all agree. Just like what they go on the WIAC and other places. We all agree, we accept. Then to Jalloh, we last call our get. You see, now make Africa, the first follow get 2 places na security, the Security Council, because they go take decision when we know we get the almost the highest population, we know the part of Security Council. So then they go take decision when we know and now make the remote control some of most of African leaders, almost African leaders, now maybe remote control there. Because we know they also take decision, they just the kind of saying that this is for me. So I believe say if the Africa heads of state then they succeed, like we always they don't put away we own president Atina the chairman of 10. If they succeed, I believe say some of them see how the way with some of the leaders or some of the African countries they suffer so. I believe say they can't pass. We just hope and pray that they will succeed And we for Tinab then we as Africans, we for Tinab then for the African Health of State and succeed, for then they will give them 2 seats. Na Security Council. Then for round up, this person we talk about the passport, we will not get ambassador there. The ambassador na Brussels CV. But if they come here at any time, at the end of this month, I say, if for come. So if you get problem, now for contact the embassy in Brussels, I believe say now then the issue, they will find where I will get in passports. Thank you very much, sir.
Senator, before you go, I get a question. And we come to the ambassador. Now, to the EU, we get a mission, or we, because I'm not saying they get mission to. I'm not saying we get High Commissioner in England, but for the rest of Europe, now the EU we get a mission. We resident in Brussels because we can use for getting France and Germany as well.
Well, you don't say we not get ambassador na France. The one with the Belgium, then they cover here all. So it can come here. Then they cover here all. We still get business with EU. The EU get business with. So now they cover here all.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Yes, thank you very much. And I see make a bring in Yusuf. Yes, Yusuf, waiting go be you closing, sir.
I just want to say, anyhow we go, that this country, that the West, or anyhow, we get for pull away from tribalism, party lines, to put the nation first. If we get good ideas, not because this party, they share up with the other party. So, then we don't take it, not be neutral in terms of development. Because at the end of the day, that's the beneficial for everybody. And where everybody benefits from something, when at a national level, people will feel good, the nation will develop. And from within I say, we'll get to be selfless. If not volunteer service, you do volunteer. If not suggestion you get, make them. Not make them in a way that it express arrogance or anything like that. Not that it happen there, but we all know deep inside we have we own country people like in town, like we didn't try to express certain ideas. But me, I they on the side of optimism, and I just hope till next week it will be good and good tidings to everybody and all the best. Cheers.
Thank you very much to Yusuf. Yes, Aaron, waiting will be your closing statement, sir.
Yeah, briefly, as for the first time, I get the opportunity for listening to Usman thoroughly, your analyst, who you can get during the day, and instead of one of we, instead of like kind of a panelist in this program, but you can always cover during the day, and I make people then on the weekend not can get them. It's all lengthily on agriculture. It's all on and the need for loan, and it bring a perspective of optimism, just like we used to end with that optimism. Say, let we be optimistic. The trouble number we make people people react other way. Now that history don't show we say, it's not just in Sierra Leone. Sometimes when politicians will take loans, loan. I don't know if them, the question we then get for answer, we government getting for answer. How we go, what's now plan for pay back the loan, because past experience don't show we say, we know they do well when we can go take loans. So maybe sometimes the Indian people come with the materials they will need, maybe the car, without handing over money to go, because when we don't get bitter experience in the past, it has to let you say, oh well, you go happy, not that people are kind of pessimistic, but I think say Alice will take away some of those fears with only the hope saying if the Indian government gives a loan, they lent me $30 million for agriculture, let we able to see just equitably assure we that we able to see that, because for say when we will get all them plan there now one for implement them again now other thing. You know we already take part in this program. Now, you can tell in me, sometimes we get carried away. Now, because of one thing where we already call, we already participate. Now, for let somebody put in program on for the good of Saloon week, hours after hours, in radio pool. Now, because of the love of the land, the motherland, now we all get, we come with different opinions. One thing where Ayo can always remind me of, particularly, Tennessee starts where say, we were the commoner na the diaspora. We get a role for we contribute significantly for the downfall of the country. One Ayoki always do. Ayoki remind me of the things that we learn at the West. He mentioned about, hey, that man we talk say Saloon no go better, for Basham and like that, because na freedom of expression, freedom of speech. The only thing I'm on away, if man can't do you say, no go better, you must get some will say, what you mean? I mean, yes, na freedom of speech, but we go react some way, somehow. And all them things that we all the big idea remind we, say, listen, when you then at the West, certain things that they will learn, they help for make we country go before. And I appreciate that for all we participants the way they take part in this program. They come from different angles, different ways, different dimensions. The last man we talk, I think from France. We talk about them teachers them also. He always they participate, and I like that. It show the emotions. The people in the car with so much idea. It tells you even when they are away, when they are outside, there's one thing at the central of the mind. Then how Sierra Leone will go before. And I just want to tell everybody, thank you. There are people out there where one call, but they don't get the opportunity for call. We hope to next time we get the opportunity for call. Thank you very much. Abraham, I will get to talk to you concerning that school business. Will program that I'll call you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much to Arun. Yusuf.
Ibrahim, sorry, before you wrap up, I'll get a message for Usman Toli.
Okay.
Usman Toli, the last program, we asked about them foreign vehicles where they go Saloon, where they too plenty. I just want to tell and say, when they reach, they can get they can go now road transport and take a temporary license where they can register them. So if anyone you see, they go see saying that they get temporary license where valid for I think every month in the renew but in the renew 3 times, then for 3 months after, if you not go back in the country, you're supposed to register on a Saloon. So they get temporary license where they give them, and they all get information at the system that will transport. So now the information that's Mr. Tony. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Senesi, Arun, Yusuf, and also Usman Toli. Now they locked to the on program until we meet again. Triple S, Tata.